Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen, amma ba'd, fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. As-salatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulullah,
as-salatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulullah,
wa ala alika wa sahabika ya Habiballah,
wa ala alika wa sahabika ya Habiballah.
As-salatu wassalamu alayka ya Nabi Allah,
as-salatu wassalamu alayka ya Nabi Allah,
wa ala alika wa sahabika ya Nur Allah.
wa ala alika wa sahabika ya Nur Allah.
My dear, sweet Islamic brothers, in respect of the bayan, sit in the Attahiyat position. Lower your gaze and listen to the bayan with full concentration, because by looking here or there, by playing on the floor with your fingers, or by messing around with your clothes, body or hair, it is possible that you may not gain the full blessings. Hazrat Abdul Aziz the Bag says, it is true beyond doubt that reciting Durood Sharif onto the Holy Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam is excellent to all other actions, and it is the repeated invocation of the angels stationed at all the directions outside paradise. And when they recite Durood Sharif onto the blessed, beloved Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, the paradise gets expanded. The paradise gets bigger and bigger. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam. जब फरिश्ते कब्र में सूरत दिखाएं आपकी, जब फरिश्ते कब्र में सूरत दिखाएं आपकी, हो ज़बां पर प्यारे आका अस्सलातु वस्सलाम. My dear Islamic brothers, greed is a very bad habit that unfortunately is among us today. Greediness is a means of shame in the afterlife. When a man cannot fulfill his greed, the outcome is always bad, because a man who is greedy and relies on another becomes a munafiq. Allah Azza wa Jal has made human beings greedy in nature. Human beings are never content with what they have. And without the feeling of contentment, a person will never be free of the disease of greediness. Our beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam says, O people, make a decent living in a respectable way, because a person will only acquire to his fate, to his destiny, and no person will leave this world until he acquired the amount of wealth Allah Azza wa Jal has planned for him. Allah Azza wa Jal says, a person will grow old, but two things will always remain youthful: greediness and the desire for more wealth. My dear Islamic brothers, having a great amount of greediness can ruin and destroy a person. A hadith states that the mouth of greed is so big, it is so big that only the dirt of the grave can fill it. In other words, only death will cure a man of his greed. Because while he is alive, a person is always wanting to multiply and double his possessions until he sees the mouth of the grave. My dear, sweet Islamic brothers, our beloved Nabi sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam once said to the companions radiyallahu ta'ala anhum, stay away from asking others. In other words, do not beg, etc. This hadith had such a huge influence on the companions radiyallahu ta'ala anhum that if something of theirs even fell, they would not ask another to get it for them. For example, if a companion were on a camel and his cane fell, he would not ask anyone to get it for him. Instead, he would step off the camel to get it himself. Allahu Akbar. What dedication and love they had for the deen. And here we are, wishing for everything but working hard for nothing. Hazrat Sufyan said, remain devout, for the devoted will not die hungry. Allah Azza wa Jal puts mercy and love in the hearts of people for the pious people, and accommodations for His food and water are made by Allah Azza wa Jal. My dear Islamic brothers, hence Hazrat Isa alayhi salam went on a journey. On the way, he met a man. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam had one piece of bread, and the man had 2 pieces of bread. They sat together and ate. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam asked the man, where did your second piece of bread go? The man said, I never had 2 pieces of bread. I only had 1. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam replied, okay. And they both carried on with the journey. On the way, they met a blind man. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam made dua, and the blind man got his sight back. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam turned to the man and said, swear upon Allah Azza wa Jal, who has granted this blind man his eyes. Where is the second piece of bread? The man said, I swear by Allah Azza wa Jal, there was no second piece of bread. They continued with their journey and saw a deer. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam called the deer to him, slaughtered it, cooked it, sat with the man and ate it. Then Hazrat Isa alayhi salam gathered the bones of the deer and said, by the command of Allah Azza wa Jal, stand up. The deer, shaking its ears, stood up. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam again turned toward the man and said, Allah Azza wa Jal has given this deer life again. Swear upon this same Allah Azza wa Jal that you did not know where the second piece of bread is. The man replied again, I swear on that same Allah Azza wa Jal, there was no second piece of bread. So they once again continued on their journey, arriving upon a village. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam said to the man, let us rest for some time. Seeing that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam was asleep, the unfortunate man grabbed Hazrat Isa alayhi salam's cane and went into the village. The ignorant man thought that because he had seen all the miracles happening with the cane had magical qualities. He was too unfortunate to recognize that Isa alayhi salam was Allah Azza wa Jal's special prophet.